Creativity. Imagine the artist in front of his raw canvas, or the sculptor in front of his untamed stone, or the architect in front of his faceless piece of paper. And as they stand there, they breathe in and absorb the seducing vision of their imagination, which of course at this time remains invisible to the rest of us, for we cannot see the multifaceted intricacies of the liberated mind. But we can see the fruits thereof. Being creative is a risky endeavor, for in bringing your creations to the world, you're allowing the world to see the workings of your mind and the ideas that fill it. And in doing so, you're opening yourself to the possibility of facing either ridicule or praise, rejection or acceptance, failure or success. And for this reason, the world's most magnificent masterpieces have never reached the walls of museums. And the world's most imaginative, innovative and lucrative businesses have never ventured outside the walls of the dreamer's imagination. For the spectre of fear has imprisoned those dreams and set the prison on fire. Turn your back on fear and allow your mind the luxury of swimming in wild, imaginative and creative thoughts. Ignore those that would call you a dreamer, for dreamers are the ones who build cities where there were once fields, dams where there were rivers, and ships where there were oceans. Yesterday's dreamers gave us today, and you will give us tomorrow. You see, by allowing themselves to dream, these people develop the urge to create. And of course, for you to just marvel at their creativity is naturally good. However, it would be immensely better for you to imitate their creative minds than simply marvel at what has already been done. You need to accept the fact that your mind has the ability to be just as creative as the minds of the most creative among us. You see, creativity is a result of allowing your mind to play and enjoy itself, unfettered by the limitations that we believe we face. You need to understand that your mind sees the goal beyond your horizons. It sees the path beneath the rubble and dirt of doubt that you pride yourself in accumulating. It takes but a flash of faith to remove the hindrances in your path. And once you have removed the doubts, your vision will be enhanced to the point where you too will catch a glimpse of the infinite creativity within you. And once you see that, you will realize that you can neither outrun nor outsmart this creativity, for it is an integral part of you and who you truly are. So be enthusiastic, and you will discover that the creativity within you will emerge alongside your rising eagerness, simply because enthusiasm is one of the precursors of creativity. And for that reason, I encourage you to develop a vivacious zest for all tasks that you put your hands to. In order for your creativity to reveal itself to you, you need to purge yourself from unhappy things or thoughts and free yourself from the quicksands of doubt that is engulfing you. Remember that if you choose to wallow in warm mud, you may feel comfortable and warm as you surround yourself with many familiar scents and thoughts. But by getting out of that pit of unproductivity and cleaning off any lingering habits that hold you down, you will be empowering yourself with the possibility of blooming and expanding way beyond your current range of influence. Therefore, continuously and habitually choose to be enthusiastic about tasks and chores, and decide to approach each challenge with that positive mindset, taking stock of the talents and abilities that you have already mastered, as well as the additional learning experience you are going to gain from overcoming the newest defiances. Get excited about your challenges as you allow your creative spirit's zeal to start the process of elimination as it ponders on the best initiatives and techniques to follow in order to overcome those challenges. And as you work on those demanding projects or tasks, give yourself permission to consider the less obvious, but sometimes more advantageous and sometimes even more alluring options before you. Open your eyes to the possibilities of there being other, more efficient ways to successfully complete these things. For it is when you are prepared to consider the possibility of there being other, more successful methods that you'll be most likely to discover them. You need to accept that creativity is a vital energy thriving within your soul, a quickening and a life force for which there is no equal. And to discover this within you, you need to give your mind the tools with which you will be able to define the immeasurable, conquer the invincible, and create the unfathomable. Give your mind wings, let it fly, and as it flies and soars, it will see the world from an advantageous perspective, and it will discover things and thoughts that will revolutionize your life, if only you will let them. You see, an important part of creativity is the ability to learn and adapt to changes. You need to harness your imagination, for from it will rise your creativity. Remember that creativity is not about results, but instead it is all about the process of creation and of being creative. The results themselves are byproducts of your creativity, and they pay tribute to your ability to think beyond the boundaries of mediocrity to a land of discovery and hyper-reality. In addition to the changes in your mind, your decisions to follow the creative tendencies in your mind will have the multiplying effect of waking others to the reality of their own potential. Because creativity is as contagious as attitude is. And if you start making things and believing in your own ability to be creative, others will see the results of your work and feel the energy within you. And this will inspire them to seek and discover the same energy still asleep within their own minds. And it will awake the creative spirit within them. Of course, we all understand that to bring ingenuity to fruition, one often needs to get out of one's comfort zone. However, if one does, the rewards for one's efforts will be unquantifiable, for one cannot measure satisfaction or happiness. Creative ideas come from our thoughts and our willingness to allow these thoughts to explore invisibility. For in the mind, invisibility or inexistence are curtains that we move aside in order to explore impossibilities so as to convert them to attainability. Having mentally converted these impossibilities, we need to develop the courage to take up the initiative in order to materialize our thoughts. For it is in bringing these ideas to the world that others will come to the realization that what was once considered to be unfeasible was merely hidden by the curtains in their minds that they had never dared to open. There is a road for you to embark upon, and to get onto that road, you need to be willing to dream beyond the limitations that you currently face, so as to address those things that you presently consider impossible. So open the curtains of invisibility and look at all those impossibilities and come to the realization that you have the ability to innovate. And of course, you need to be aware that where you are walking, no one's been before you. Others have taken similar paths, but your road is unique to you, and you will need to map it out for yourself. Now, whether you choose to walk this trail alone or with some help is for you to decide. But whatever you do, don't veer off this path. To close us off, I want to remind you that creativity is an integral part of you, of who you truly are and who you are meant to be. So it is time for you to recognize the creative energy within you and unlock its doors to reveal its potential. A potential for which there are neither boundaries nor expiration dates. Set your mind free to create and to be creative. Unlock your mind from the chains that have stifled its very purpose. And once you do that, you will discover that you can't run out of creativity, for by being creative, more ideas will self-generate. And in closing, let's talk about inspiration for a while. Inspiration is a pulsating internal force that needs to express itself outwardly. It is a force that, if unused, is lost. However, it is not necessarily lost forever, for when you discover something or someone that acts as the catalyst to give birth to deep inspiration within you, you need to gravitate back to that catalyst time and time again. And as you go back to the source of your inspiration, bask in it, soak it in, and meditate creatively as you do so. Don't ignore those feelings of inspiration, because inspiration ignored is creativity lost. That catalyst is a key to liberating your inspiration. So identify your catalyst and return to it continuously and repeatedly, each time soaking in more inspiration until you eventually give birth to the courage that you'll need in order to act creatively. The catalyst is an external factor that creates a reaction within you, but it is not your inspiration, for your inspiration is a feeling that lives inside you. Don't confuse the catalyst with your inspiration, but use the catalyst to generate those feelings of inspiration and cultivate those feelings until you have developed the mettle, the resolution and tenacity to allow your creativity to flourish. And as a final note to this recording, please remember that I have already posted numerous other videos on my YouTube channel, and I highly recommend that you go and watch and study every single one of them, for there is more gold in there, a lot more gold in each of those. Also, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so that you may be notified each time I post another creation from my library. Thank you for watching, and please share this link with your friends on your various social media platforms so that they too may benefit and be inspired. Once again, this is me. This is Michel. Thank you for watching. Keep well. Stay safe. And I will see you in the next one. Ciao.